Hey everybody, this is a super frustrating topic for me to tackle, but I'm going to try to tackle it as concisely as possible. So I was yesterday years old when I found out that there are two scams that particularly target, you guessed it, homeless people. This is the part where I would like to point out that homeless people are our most vulnerable population. So there's a PSN scam. People will approach homeless people, and they have to be specifically homeless people. This targets specifically homeless people. They get them to get a social worker to fill out a certain documentation to show that they need housing stability assistance. And housing stability can look like a group home, transitional housing, whatever else, not necessarily a long-term single unit apartment or house. And they have them fill it out. The paperwork gets sent to DHS. They get the funding to perform these services, and then they are never heard from again. They took the money and ran. And if a social worker fills out enough of these PSN forms, and there aren't enough follow-up, the social worker will lose their license. Now, I don't know what the number for that is, for how many a social worker can fill out without there being a proper follow-up, but the fact that that's a thing that exists is fucking tragic. What people seem to be ignoring about homelessness is that it is a multifaceted population. Young and old. Black, white, Hispanic, but mostly black and indigenous. Across genders and sexual identities, homelessness is the most encompassing, diverse community and also the most vulnerable. Everybody and anybody is in the homeless community. And to think that there are people using a housing scam to hang over people's heads, it is absolutely ridiculous. Now at this point you might be wondering, how did I come across this? Well, I have to be out of where I am in a few days, and it doesn't hurt to start looking for long-term housing. I already have some couch surfing places lined up, and I was like, oh, I saw a flyer with someone's information on it saying they help with housing stability, and I contacted the information on the flyer. He suggested that I go over to the behavioral health center, which is a few blocks away from where I am. So I went, and they told me that they can't say if this guy is a scam. They don't know it, but his phone number is a personal number. The address that was given was an apartment complex, and the phone number is linked to someone's personal name and personal account and not a business. And the biggest red flag of this is that there was no website for this alleged LLC. I feel like socialism gained a really bad rap, but let me tell you something. Under capitalism, we have shit like this. I'm ready to give socialism a chance. Speaking of socialism, on to the next scam. It is people posing as government phone assistants, associates, employees, whatever they're called, and will collect people's names and social security numbers, acting like they're going to sign them up for government-assisted phones and just stealing their information. Will socialism stop that? No. Will socialism have harsher punishments for that kind of shit? Absolutely. And of course that scam doesn't just target homeless people. It targets anyone low income that has access to public assistance. People already struggling, already at the bottom of the barrel, the lowest part of the totem pole on our society. Even those populations have particularly tailored scams. Don't tell me that this system works. It doesn't. If this system worked, people would not have to go through such great lengths of desperation. And I'm speaking for all parties on that.